I'm Moist TEMPHUiBIS here, and today, we are going to talk about my new UFC hat. Yeah, do you like that nice, everything nice, the UFC logo there, man? You like this hat, yeah? That's a wicked hat style. You know what I'm saying, blood? Yeah, I want you to acknowledge it. This is a beautiful hat. You know what I'm saying, blood? All right, I'm kidding, yeah. But yeah, this is actually a new hat though, right? Yeah, it's been a long time since I've ever had a hat that has had the bulb on it. And I decided to get this color, yeah, because it's coming up to Christmas. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I thought, do you guys want to see the ghetto Santa again? It'd be a different look. But today, yes, I'm going to talk about UFC 100 Night 4's main event, which is Conor McGregor versus Jose Aldo to unify the UFC featherweight title belt. And wow, this is going to be a big fight. This is obviously set to be the biggest featherweight fight in UFC history. I think they're going to try and make it the biggest fight in UFC history as well. I mean, we already know that they've spent the most money on the trailer, and that the trailer in Las Vegas of that. I think that trailer's got to be the best trailer in the world, right? Yeah. So I'm very, very hyped for the fight. And why am I hyped for the fight? Yeah. Well, it's obvious why I'm hyped for the fight, right? Yeah. These two are two of my favorite fighters. And you know what they say, styles make fights. Styles always makes fights, and there's just so much that just so much that possibility that's going to happen out of this fight. I think Dana White summed it up the best. There was a time when they were all in a interview room. Yeah, this is leading up to the old fight before it was cancelled, and that it was Dana White. Yeah, said that Jose Aldo has been undefeated for over 10 years. He's the best pound for pound. And Conor McGregor is a mystery. Not many people have actually seen what he can do. We're not really sure too much what he's about. He's a mystery. You don't know what's just going to happen. MMA is so unpredictable, and that's such a true point. That's just so true. Conor is a mystery, you know. Now he said that leading up here to he said that before he beat Mendes, and so there's a little less of the mystery now, but it's still a bit of a mystery because you still wonder how will he do against Jose Aldo. All of the stuff that he does, will it be good against Aldo? And Aldo's got such a brilliant fighting style. Yeah, he's probably the best Muay Thai practitioner in MMA. Best person with the Muay Thai skills. How can you not be hyped for this type of fight? Now, obviously, as a lot of people do know, Aldo did pull out of UFC 189. The fight could have been then. I was actually going to do this video literally the day Aldo pulled out, literally, or the day after. I was literally like, okay, you know what? When I wake up tomorrow, I'm gonna go and film that video. And that night, I found out he was injured and the fight wasn't happening, and I was like, oh, damn. So I was supposed to do this video a little bit earlier as well, yeah. So sorry for the delay in this, but got a few things to say, man. Now, Aldo pulling out, there's a lot of controversy around like, did he actually break his rib or did he just bruise his rib? There's different doctors saying different things, and there was apparently a picture of a scan picture, and we don't know if that picture was the real thing or it was earlier on. We don't know what it is, right? Yeah. Honestly, there's so much, and you know what, I wasn't there, so I can't really say anything, right? Yeah. But what I do believe, and I believe I can definitely say this, is I think Aldo's camp is just completely stupid. I don't understand what these guys are doing. When it's like a week or just two before a fight, yeah, you don't do that type of sparring where you're gonna freaking go rough and give a bloody spinning back kick that's going to break someone's ribs in the first place. You don't do that, yeah, 2 weeks before a fight. And I hate to say it like this, yeah, but the thing is, Jose Aldo's team, Novu Miao, they've done this many times. They've done this many times, yeah. Even with Henan Barral, and I think when it comes to their camp, I think in the sense of health and safety, I'm not too sure their camp is, you know. The reason why I'm saying that is because, like, okay, we've had a situation where someone died from their camp. Yeah, who was cutting weight. I think that was 2 years ago or something like that. Yeah, and Barral nearly passed out on the weigh-ins of one of his rematch here with TJ Dillashaw. He had to be taken out of that fight, and then the rematch had to be postponed later. And Aldo's done. I think Aldo's done this many times as well. I'm not going to turn around and say he's scared. I'm going to just say that his camp is just ridiculous. His camp is just sometimes stupid. I mean, it's a bit stupid of me to say that because obviously I'm not a camp, I'm not a trainer and everything like that, yeah. But I'm confident, yeah. You train hard during your camp, yeah. But when it comes to very, very close to the fight, you don't put in that sort of train hard spot. Okay? I mean, you got to train. You got to train hard, but train smart. That's just my opinion. Yeah, I just had to get that out of there. So a lot of people have been asking me a lot of times, yeah, who do you think's gonna win? McGregor or Aldo? That's what I always get asked and everything like, yeah. And my answer's always, I don't know. I always say I don't know. I'm 50-50. I've said it many times to people. I'm 50-50. Right, yeah? And I'll get a little bit more deeper into that now. I've always said, yeah, from a long time ago, yeah, that I have 3 reasons why I think Aldo is going to win, and I have 3 reasons why I think Conor is going to win. So there you go. So when you have 3 reasons for each people, who can you think is going to win? 3, that's 50-50. So you see what I'm saying? I've always maintained that I've had these 3 reasons. I've tried looking for other reasons, and I'm still not too sure about it. Yeah. So I'm gonna share with you, yeah, guys, yeah, the 3 reasons why I think Aldo is going to win. Right. One of the reasons is that Jose Aldo, I believe, has better ground game. He has a better ground game than Conor. We all know that Jose Aldo has a black belt, and I think it was given to him by a really, really good Brazilian jiu-jitsu practitioner. So it's probably a legit black belt, And I've seen him use his ground game against Mark Hominick, and we saw how good he was taking to the ground. It was really spectacular there. Now Conor, he's got a brown belt off John Kavanagh, who's the only Irish black belt, which I guess that's pretty good, but not many people look at that as great. Now Conor's got a good ground defense. Well, I've seen him have a good ground defense, but I don't know how will do well against a black belt like Jose Aldo. So that's one reason why I think Jose is going to win. You may find Jose he might want to beat the hell out of Conor on the ground, on the feet to prove a point, but something will tell me, yeah, that he might just take to the ground whenever he wants, and if he can do that, that's just one reason why I think, yeah, he'll do it. Another reason why I think Jose Aldo will win is because when he is pushed, the best of him comes out. He becomes a solid fighter. Like he becomes a proper ragged fighter in just seconds. If you push him, the best comes out of him. That's what we've seen that in the second Mendes fight. And it was probably one of the best fights. Now Conor is going to come at him. Conor brings pressure. Conor is going to bring the best out of Jose Aldo. Conor is going to come at him, and like I said, when he's pushed, he's just even more fantastic. And then Conor is going to push him. So that is another reason why. I think, yeah, I think what the Aldo that might end up coming out might be too much for Conor to handle. We just don't know how it's going to go, and he's dealt with those type of pressures loads of times and everything, and that leads to the third reason. The third reason I believe why Jose Aldo is going to win is because he's more experienced at adjusting. He's a very experienced fighter. Obviously, he's had more fights than Conor. He's fought for a long time, and I think he's so experienced at adjusting. Like he always will have a different fighter with different skill coming at him and all that, right? Yeah, and every time you get a new style, because one thing we all know that Conor is going to come different. He's going to be different than the other. But I believe Conor's style is completely different to everybody else's, and you're going to find that Jose might adapt to it very, very quickly. It's kind of, I can sort of put this as like a video game, yeah, where I can bring video games into that situation, yeah, because I feel it's happened the same with me when one of my cousins, yeah, when we play Super Smash Brothers on the Wii U, you know, we are both kicking each other's asses all the time and everything and that, yeah. There are loads of times when I win, then he goes and picks a new character, and that character comes out with some stuff that I don't see, and he will batter me for a while, and then I adjust to it, and then I'm starting to kick his ass again and everything and all that, right? Yeah. Then he'll come up with another character, and the same thing happens. But now it's getting to the point where he'll come up with a new character, even come up with a new tactic, and I adjust to it more faster. I adjust to it more quicker, and then it makes me better, makes him better. So I believe, yeah, both of us two, yeah, we're really good players at Super Smash Brothers, you know, because of that. And I think the same thing is happening to Aldo with MMA. I think, yeah, that every time he just keeps getting new fancy styles at him, yeah, he'll adapt and adjust to it quick and all that. And I feel as if like what Conor may throw at him might be new, but not that new. You see what I'm trying to say? You know. So we're going to get into the 3 reasons why I think Conor is going to win. And I can imagine whoever's watching this video right now is probably going to say, okay, for one of the 3 reasons why I think Aldo's going to win, they're going to say, yeah, okay, you're not going to talk about Aldo's leg kicks, even when it's one of your favourite aspects of him. Yeah, it is one of my favourite aspects of Jose Aldo, his leg kicks. His leg kicks is one of the best aspects and everything and all that, yeah? But this is where the first reason of why I think Conor's going to win is, how is he going to use the leg kicks? Conor most times fights in a southpaw position. He actually switches stances quite a lot, yeah, but he does use the southpaw position quite a lot. Now, if you look carefully, what Jose usually uses, he uses his right leg with the kicks. Sure, he can kick both legs, but his real big power chopping leg kick is the right leg. There's more distance to travel. There's actually more distance to travel, right? Yeah. I reckon he'll still hit Conor's legs. He probably Conor has a good wide stance and everything, yeah. But it's going to be more of an inside leg kick and everything. And I've heard, yeah, from some MMA fighters that the outside leg kicks hurt more than the inside leg kicks and all that. And like I said, I just feel as if Aldo's leg kicks won't be chopping as much. I know that he's been working on that and going to be using more body kicks, which that probably would help. Yeah, probably might help against Conor. But I just feel as if Jose Aldo's leg kick, the right leg kick, is his most powerful weapon, and I can't see it working against Conor. You know, he's gonna have to know when to use it at the right time. Because I mean, can we keep in mind this? When was the last southpaw he faced? I think he faced Kenny Florian. I think Kenny Florian was a southpaw. He faced Kenny Florian. He didn't really do that many leg kicks in that one. He did fuckloads of leg kicks here to Chad Mendes and Uriah Faber and Frankie Edgar. That's when he was using a lot of leg kicks, but he wasn't doing that much to Kenny Florian. And I believe that's just the same reason and all that. And the second reason why I think Conor will win, Jose Aldo is probably the best, I said it already, he's probably the best Muay Thai practitioner in all of MMA. But Conor McGregor has a mixture of stand-up skills and everything that, yeah, he does taekwondo, he does a bit of karate, he does a lot of capoeira and kickboxing as well. You know what I mean? So he has he mixes them all together. And another thing that he does a lot, right, yeah, is he practices the art of movement and tries and gets more flexibility and more ways to move around in different ways. You know, because one thing that's always been great about Conor's fighting style is his distancing, his side-to-side movements, his lateral movements, and he keeps trying to improve that all the time. I think the movement that he does, I think it's fascinating. I've seen the videos on them, yeah, and I think it's fascinating. I do like his philosophies on them as well, you know. So that's another reason why I feel as if all of that versus Jose Aldo, I think there's actually going to be, he might probably surprise some people with his stand-up, you know. So that's one of the things I think will be there. The third thing I gotta say, I think will give Conor a good advantage. The third reason why I think he's gonna win is his reach. He does have a reach on there, and he knows how to use his reach thanks to the movement and all that sort of stuff, which I was just talking about. You know, everyone knows that, okay, just because you have a longer reach doesn't mean you're going to win, and yeah? But I'm not saying that he will win, but he does know how to use the reach, and it will be an advantage he has to use, you know? So, when you put all three of these together, what is going to happen? It's a mystery. That's why this match is going to be brilliant and all that. And that's also why I do not have a good prediction of who I think is going to win. You know, everyone's been asking me, Temp, who do you think's going to win? You got to come out with an answer. I can't come out with an answer. This is going to be a fantastic match, mates. Yeah, I'm really, really hyped for this. So now the question will come down to this one: who do I want to win? You know, who do I want to win? Look, I'm a fan of both fighters. I'm a fan of both fighters. Maybe if people have been looking at my tweets and other things recently, they may have seen that I've been talking about Conor McGregor more recently, right? Yeah. Okay. Here's the reason why I may have been talking about Conor McGregor a lot recently, yeah? It's because there is a lot of things to talk about Conor McGregor. There's always new videos, there's always content, you know? If it gives me something to talk about, then I'm going to talk about it, you know? There's always going to be content about it. Now, technically, you can blame the UFC for that, because yes, and blame most new MMA news articles and everything like that, because they're always pushing things about Conor. Conor is the hype, that they're bringing up the hype around, so there's always something to see about Conor. So you guys got to understand that as well, right? I understand why a lot of people think that I'm a bigger fan of McGregor because of the amount of way I've been talking about him, right? Yeah. Another reason is because, all right, I like all the ways that Aldo fights, and one of the things I like is that he's a footballer as well, and he uses his football skills with his Muay Thai skills. Those are things that I always talked about back in the day when I first ever saw Jose Aldo, and recently there's not been much new content, anything to see about him, so there isn't really much for me to talk about. What could also be another situation as well is he doesn't speak English, so there's not really much that I guess he could do, as in show-wise, that I'd be too much into. You know, when Conor usually speaks, sometimes he makes me laugh with half the things he says. You know, you see fear in my eyes? You see nothing in my eyes, you little midget. Those type of things, yeah. They make me laugh. They do make me laugh here and there. And but it doesn't make me more of a fan than Conor. It doesn't make me more of a fan. So let's not get that twisted. So, but who do I want to see? Okay, now, who do I want to see win? Who am I cheering for? Now, the only reason why I'd say that I would like to see Conor win, there's only one reason. And that's because Dana White promised that if Conor McGregor beats Jose Aldo, that he will obviously be the new champion. His first title defense will be in Croke Park in Dublin. He said this. Dana White said that. Now, when I went to Dublin, they had the match. It was a small UFC event, and it was in the free arena. But Croke Park would end up being the biggest arena, biggest event in all of Europe. That would be absolutely amazing. The crowd. I mean, I had such a perfect time at Dublin. I had a really perfect time. And what could top it? Croke Park. So that would be something. I mean, that is something that will make me go back to Dublin. If they announce that that Conor McGregor is going to headline in Dublin, I'm going to book my tickets and hotel and flight straight away. I will book them. Do you know what I'm saying? So when you listen to that sort of passion, you can't blame me for saying, okay, I do wish Conor's going to win, only because of that reason. Anything else, I would have said, you know what, I don't care who wins. I just want to see a fantastic fight, you know. If Conor loses, I'm not going to be like, oh, damn, which I usually am when some of my favourite fighters lose. But then this is sometimes why I don't usually like seeing two of my favourite fighters fight each other. But unfortunately, this is how it has to go. And I am just hyped and ready to just watch a perfect fight. So that's what it is, man. Everyone wants that, and I know that a lot of people still want to hear my prediction. They want to hear my prediction. Listen, guys, yeah. What's the title of this video? This isn't my prediction of the fight. It's my thoughts on the fight. But fair enough. I'll give a prediction. Do you know what's going to help my prediction? My Gareth Southgate coin. This is a coin I got here in 19. Okay, can you see that properly? There we are. 1998. There. And so you see the three lines there. That's going to be tails, and that's going to be heads, right? Yeah, we're gonna do it like that. Yeah, heads is for Jose Aldo because he is ahead of Conor on the rankings. Duh, he's the champ. And tails for Conor McGregor because one of the things he usually likes doing with movements is he practices the movements of animals to free the human body even more, which is another thing I'm intrigued by. And what does animals have? Tails. So there you go. So heads for Aldo and tails for Conor. Hey. Okay. Now I don't see what that is, so I'm going to uncover slowly. And that looks like tails. So I'm going for... So there's my prediction. I predict Conor's going to win. There you are. But as you can see, that was a vague prediction. Because, like I said already, man, I don't know who's going to win, yeah? I'm just happy for this motherfucking fight, bruv. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's going to be a fantastic fight. And I'm definitely hyped for this. And I've got nothing else to say on this video. Okay, besides... all right, and as you know, this is going to be a great UFC filled week because it's 3 UFC in 3 days in a row. You know, that's going to be brilliant. In fact, the weigh-ins, yeah, for the first one's going to be on in a minute, so I better get that. So I better get watching that quickly, yeah, before I upload this and all that. But that's what I was saying, and also hyped, yeah, for Chris Weidman versus Luke Rockhold as well, and. Prediction for that one? Can't really give a prediction on that one either. If you want to talk about Chris Weidman and Luke Rockhold, yeah, just comment below and everything. I'll reply to that, yeah. I just wanted to focus on Conor McGregor and Jose Aldo, yeah. So that's all I got to say, guys, yeah. Thanks very much, yeah, and I'll speak to you all later. Love who you are.